In a wealthy country, everyone talks fancy. They talk high end and how they won't spend at this place and they wouldn't be seen dead in this place. It just seems like people talk, I'll call it one notch above their income level. If they're middle income, they talk like they're middle upper. If they're middle upper, they talk like they're upper. Lower income talk like they're middle. So what am I talking about, this super fancy stuff? This airline, interesting consumer behavior topic. They're known to be a bare bones airline. And it attracts an interesting demographic. I'll call it one notch above Greyhound. They are the cheapest because they charge for everything. Your price includes a seat and a purse or handbag. Everything else costs money. And I think they are smart in doing that because of the super fancy topic. Spirit Airlines does want to improve their image because people being super fancy tend to dog them and say that it was junk when they flew them and it was a horrible experience. They are not the highest ranking and they want to improve their standing. They're 7th in America. And it's possible, if you notice number 2, Southwest, it's possible for a low budget airline to have good service. Last year they were ranked 7th, and as you can tell, that doesn't change too much in all the categories. On time, canceled, delays. They're number 1 in mishandled baggage. They're number 8 in bumping complaints. So they're not good overall, but doesn't matter. Here's another customer satisfaction rating. They actually improved 1.6%. You can see their last place of measured airlines with 62% happy people. But are these 62% people lying? How do they reach consumers, and in particular females? Well, they compete on price. And a lot of times we go to Expedia, Travelocity, Kayak, or directly to Delta.com and we check prices. They use humor. Everyone says they're terrible. They're making fun of themselves. Here's some quotes from their CEO that recently was replaced. No one gets surprised when you go into McDonald's and don't see filet mignon on the menu. We really like it because it sends a powerful message. If you pay less, you should get less. We owe this customer that got inconvenienced nothing. Let him tell the world how bad we are. He's never flown with us before anyway, and he'll be back when we save him a penny. I think there's a lot of truth to that. No one's going to fly Spirit again, except they will when the penny's cheaper. Price tends to be the winner when it comes to the majority of the flying public. You're consuming it and getting off the plane. So saving $35 over a 3-hour flight, maybe some people would say, I got Delta miles, I'm not doing it, but I think a lot of people do. They're good not only with social media, they stay in touch with you by email, which appeals to older female demographic who tend to make these purchasing decisions. Get their credit card, you get miles and points. They have a $9 fare club where you get all the deals. And they're an airline. It looks low budget, low class. They charge, but you get food and drinks. You get snack foods like ramen noodles, Pringles, combos. Look at this gourmet stuff. This one article written is, instead of saying how they're terrible, I'll never fly them again, they look at everything they give you, and it's hard to justify not flying Spirit Airlines. One of their executives recently said, we're going to fix the things where we don't deliver on our promise. We are targeting leisure customers and price-sensitive business people, not corporate. So this is not the corporate airline account where you're not paying for it. This is for small business owners and families. When a guest enters our airplane, they have certain expectations on what they're going to see and how they're going to feel is going to perform. It's our job to deliver on that. And they may not be the same as when you go on a luxury airline or even Delta United, but we must be routine and consistent in the way they deliver it. He's not saying we're trying to be Delta or United or Emirates. He's saying our target market is low price. And I talk to people that work for Spirit. They regularly hear how customers say, I'll never fly again. And their joke is, we know you'll never fly again. We'll see you next sale. And I think there's a lot of truth to it. And my wife said it before. She had a horrible experience flying with them. And yesterday she booked 4 tickets to Florida in January for $518 out the door. So there, I think the price of the ticket was just over $100 because of all these fees. Um, I'll never fly them again. Woo! Look at this sale. So that's what it is. Um, Everyone is super fancy pants except when it comes to how they really spend their money. I think Spirit understands that. I think it's refreshing in a way that they mock it and they're not trying to be something they're not. If you want to check a bag or something, maybe it makes more sense to fly Delta from Detroit, but this airline is not going anywhere. They're expanding now to international destinations, and they have new planes. The one I flew felt like it's going to fall apart. It seemed cheap, but it was a brand new aircraft, and I guess this is a 3-hour flight from Detroit to Florida. So if you can save $100 a ticket or $75 a ticket, and you can save $300 for 3 hours, that's $100 an hour. And I think people tell you they don't do that, but they do. Especially females who are frugal and have other things that they want to do with the money.